while we're here, we want to talk about our past year, this past 2022, and all of the good and bad and trials and tribulations and events that have happened to us over the past year, and answer any questions that anyone may have, and talk about some of the things that we've learned going on this journey of quitting our jobs and moving to another country. So shoot any questions you have, please. Love to answer. Happy New Year, sir. JP's eyebrows. You still like Salinas, or are you considering moving to Manta or Cuenca? We have considered, looking in the Manta area. Cuenca's kind of out of the question. Is it still, sweetie?
Yes.
Okay.
Cuenca's out of the question.
Cuenca's just, it's a little cold. Altitude can be a problem, especially for her. So we weren't really looking at Cuenca. But Manta, we are considering. That being said, we actually do like it here in Salinas.
Yes, we love it here in Salinas.
Yeah.
Salinas has more things that we like here that meets our needs.
Yeah.
So Salinas is still at the top of my list.
Yeah. Same here. We are planning to go visit Manta again because our first trip was really short, and there's a lot we know we need to see in Manta, but it's going to take a lot for us to leave Salinas, honestly, because we've gotten comfortable here. We kind of know the area. We know where and how to do everything, and when it comes to social life and everything, that's not the most important thing to us, because we just kind of like to sit back and watch movies. Hello from New Jersey, Aaron Austin. 9 months before we can quit, working to start traveling. Lots of questions. Oh yeah, please ask. You talking about how you deal with cash and banking? Do you have? So good question. You want to talk about that? She's my money person.
How we deal with cash? Well, we still have our U.S. bank accounts, and we have 2 bank accounts here in Salinas. And what I do is I take money and transfer it to JEP, and from JEP I'll transfer bank-to-bank transfer to Bank of Guayaquil, so we can have access to cash. I can use a debit card here to pay for groceries. Any small items that where we don't want to carry cash, I can use my debit card. So having cash here isn't a problem. Far as large sum of cash, no, I don't worry about having a large sum of cash here in the bank accounts because I don't really need a large sum of cash. We still use our U.S. bank accounts for any transactions we need to deal with at home, or if I need to transfer money here.
Right. And, dealing with ATMs and credit cards here is just the same as anywhere else that you go. You'll pay a fee.
Oh, yeah. You're going to pay the international fee from the U.S. along with any other fees they may charge. Yeah. So that's the only downside. If you have Charles Schwab, they usually reimburse you for the ATM fees.
Yeah, every month.
And they don't charge you international fee.
Right. Yeah. So I hope we answered that question.
If not, let me know what if you need clarification.
Stuart, you jump up and down with joy every time you get your interest. No jumping up and down, but it is pretty cool. Too easy. Hey y'all.
Happy New Year.
We know this guy. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Check out his channel too. If you like hunting and fishing. Glad you're happy. Yes, we are. We are. Thank you. Thank you. Do you eat more seafood living by the ocean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now I can't say that we eat more seafood than we did in the States because we live by the ocean in the States.
But it's different.
It is different.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
You think living in Virginia you would have more access to seafood because you're near the ocean. That's not necessarily the case. Here you can go to the beach and they're pulling bringing in seafood off
a boat. Yeah.
And you can buy it right then and there.
Find a guy. Yeah.
So it's definitely different here than it is in Virginia.
Yeah. Bank of Guayaquil is one of the best banks in Ecuador. It's the one we've had the most experience with.
Yeah.
So I would have to just agree, just based on that, because we really haven't had to deal with many other banks here in Ecuador. Okay, starting with the Galapagos. No, we haven't. We are planning on eventually going to the Galapagos. One note about the Galapagos that maybe a lot of people don't know is that even from here, it's expensive. Prohibitively expensive. Just to give you like a slight idea, it was cheaper for us to go to Bali than it was to go to the Galapagos. All right. So just keep that in mind. Like Galapagos is kind of on our list, but it's going to be a thing that we plan out, way ahead of time because it is just really expensive. And
we will get there at some point. It's not on our list to attend, I guess, in the first 2 years here.
Yeah. Plus, I'm more the animal guy, and she's not. Like, she don't want to visit an island full of like lizards and turtles and stuff.
I mean, I want to see the turtles. You can keep the lizards and the snakes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and any other furry other things. Are you studying?
Are we studying Spanish? I just answered your question. Let's see. Did you get your visas in the States or in Ecuador? How long did it take? Okay.
It varies.
Yes. So for us, and I'm stressing this for us, we went through all the paperwork processes that we need. We used Gringo visas. We did everything we had to do in the United States. We happened to live in Virginia. We could have, hindsight, just drove up to D.C. and did a lot of stuff, but it was just better letting someone else take care of it. It took. We started the process in August, and
we started in August.
We started the actual process with Gringo visas in August.
Okay.
We went to get our fingerprints and stuff in July in Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but okay.
Yeah, it was July.
So basically 6 months.
Yeah.
Basically 6 months. Because it was December 31st it was January 1st when she said everything was complete.
Well, hold on, because what happened was it was actually done, but we would have had to go to Ecuador again. And we had just came back from Ecuador in September for our trip.
Okay.
So it was actually finished in October. So we started the process with them in August. It was done in October. We would have had to fly back to Ecuador before the beginning of the first week of January. Yeah. But that just wasn't going to work out with our schedule. We were still working and everything. So
we just asked if we can have it done in the States. And so she said Miami, and they would send it to us digitally. Yeah. And so that 6 months.
January 2nd. Yeah, that was when we got it. So, yeah.
It just varies on what you get done and what you can do on your part for yourself. Like, we did have some documents translated and apostilled.
Yeah, ourselves.
So that took some of the time away or decreased some of the time. And so it just varies on what you can do, and I guess also communicating with your representative.
Right. And if we were able to fly back to Ecuador, like, in October, November, we would have gotten it even sooner. It would have been like 3 or 4 months. But we just couldn't. So we had them do it. They sent it to us in an email. We didn't have to do anything. We didn't have to go anywhere after that. It came to us in the email, and that's when we said, okay, time to sell the house and get out. Do you know if veggies and fruits from the mercados are
organic or
GMO? For the most part, they don't use GMO here, from what I understand. If there are some GMO products, I apologize. Please correct me. But as far as I know, that's not really a thing. So especially at the Mercado.
But I don't think at the Mercado, maybe in the grocery stores. Yeah, supermarkets. But a lot of the farmers, I don't think so.
Yeah. As far as like nutrition, I don't know. Whatever's supposed to be healthy.
They seem. I mean, you can tell the difference when you eat some of the vegetables and fruits here. You can definitely taste the difference. in comparison to what you get in the U.S.
Yeah.
I've had some fruits in the U.S. like you get grapes that taste like bubblegum or cotton
Something
candy.
weird, yeah.
That's not normal. And here, strawberries taste like strawberry.
Yeah.
Watermelons
Awesome.
have seeds. You don't find a lot of watermelons without seeds or cantaloupes.
All the fruits are full of seeds.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's what you would know. I remember getting when I was younger.
Up, yeah.
You had a lot of fruits with seeds, and that's the way it is here.
Yeah. You're spitting out seeds half the time you're eating any fruit here, but they're delicious.
Did you finish that question?
Whoops, sorry. No, we haven't found an organic farm. I don't think we've even looked, honestly.
It's not that many. I don't think it's a lot of farms.
There's not like a lot of farms around.
Not
where we live. Because
but if you go on the outskirts, you will see them.
Because we in Salinas is in Santa Elena. It's like technically a desert. So the coast, Ecuador's climate is weird. There's different climates all over the country. Where we live is a desert. It almost never rains. So it really isn't like a lot of farmland or anything around here.
But we're going into the rainy season.
Yeah. Had a great experience in Peru. How's your experience been in Ecuador? Buck Travel, thank you for the question. So far, so good. You know, let me knock on something. So far, so good. You know, all of our experiences, all of our, I guess, least favorite experiences probably had to do with, you know, just communication. But we haven't really had like a lot of bad experiences. We haven't really had any bad experiences with like Ecuadorians or anything like that.
I would say our experience has been pretty great.
Yeah. I'm honestly like struggling to even think of.
It's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had really any bad experiences.
Yeah. You know, it'd be nice if I was a millionaire or whatever. You know, but otherwise, it's been great.
What does that have to do with anything?
It could be better, I guess. You know, but
okay.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's been great.
Your family planning to visit you in Ecuador? If not, how often do you plan on go back? So, we're not really sure. You know, family's planning on coming. That wasn't really like the goal, honestly. Like our kids have their own lives and everything. So as far as going back, we originally planned for, you know, once every year at the least, but you know, depending on travel costs and everything, that may change. It just depends on how much it costs to get to Virginia.
Well, the goal is to go back once at least once a year.
Yeah. So what did we accomplish this year that, you know, we honestly thought that we never would anytime soon, was quitting our jobs, because we just thought we'd have to work another 20 years. But no, quit our job. So like that was accomplishment number one at the beginning of 2022. So I'll continue with that. Let me see what B's question is here. You see Stephanie, how's she doing?
Stephanie's doing wonderful.
Yeah.
We do see her
pretty often.
Yeah, pretty often, at least once a week if she's available. Mm-hmm. Another food chef video.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Who I have to find who would be willing to do a video.
Yeah.
So
unless Stephanie wants to do another one. I don't know what she want to cook.
I don't know. We'll see.
Stephanie likes food, y'all. So you know,
we all like food. It's not just Stephanie. We all like food. He definitely loves food.
That's right.
He thinks about it 24/7.
You're required to show 6 to 12 months of income for that pension. You don't have to show the amount of months of income. You just have to show that it's permanent income. So if that makes sense, like I didn't have to show like the past 6 months of any kind of pension payments or anything like that. I just had to show
that you
proof
have
that I have it and that it's coming
permanent
monthly. Yeah. How did it feel to quit, and how hard was it to navigate your resignations? Easier than you believe. It wasn't hard to quit. The job I had, you know, was in juvenile juvenile services. So as much, as it's an enjoyable job, being around, the young people and everything, after a while, it's just, you don't want to do it anymore. It's draining on my body. And I'm pretty sure LaShawn, her experience is different, but her attitude isn't. So what did you think about quitting your job?
It was the most, exhilarating and you just don't know. When I turned in that laptop, my ID card, my key, that was no conversation. Yeah. It was basically, here it is. Yeah. I'm good.
You felt pretty good, actually.
Yeah. It was a huge weight lifted that I don't have to worry about that responsibility. I don't have to, because I worked in finance, so I didn't have to worry about that responsibility. So it was wonderful. Yeah. Especially when they don't expect it.
Yeah, she made it a surprise. Mine wasn't a surprise in my job. But yeah, it was pretty cool. And like I said, navigating the resignation, that wasn't difficult at all. I think I wrote my letter. Oh man, it wasn't early. When I thought about like, okay, this is the day I'm going to put it in. I think the day before is when I wrote the resignation. See, hubby and I are dreading having the conversation with our supervisor. I wasn't. My supervisor, he was the director of the department. He was actually really cool about it. So yeah, it wasn't dreading that at all, honestly.
No, I wasn't dreading it either. I think because it's more to life than just showing up every day doing a job, whether you like it or you don't like it. But if you have the bigger goal to go somewhere and relax and not have to worry about that, yeah, I didn't dread it at all. Yeah, I was looking at the bigger picture of like, you know what I'm gonna be doing? Yeah. Nothing.
It was like Christmas. It was like Christmas Day when you're 10 years old. It was the best.
I'm not gonna be doing anything but sitting around loafing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's pretty much what we do.
Okay.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, let me get my glasses on and see.
Why is it so small?
I don't know. It's the box. I'll read it over here. Hold on.
Can you see it's right here?
Oh, well, it's on two sides. I'm sorry, y'all. For those of us that are single, what is the dating scene like, especially if you're looking to date someone who's from Ecuador, and let's just say if you are able to speak Spanish? Well, I can tell you this. I have no idea.
Yeah, he better not.
And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
You can't answer that question. Yeah, we'll have to find someone single that can probably give you an answer. We'll hit you back on that.
Can I ask you this? The name is Meowco69. So I don't know if you're coming from a male point of view or female point of view. I can tell you this, as a male, we do see like a lot of men with like Ecuadorian girlfriends. Now, if it's the other way around, I don't know. But I can speak from that point of view.
Are you talking about for as American and Canadian?
Yeah, like expats. Yeah.
Okay, expats. Okay.
Yeah. But as far as like single scene, I have no idea. We've been married almost 25 years and we don't go out to places where single people hang out anyway.
No.
Yeah. So.
Well, a lot of time when we go places, there's no one there but us. So.
And we're leaving before it gets dark anyway. That's just us. That's just us, y'all. So yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, I'm sorry.
And he knows not to answer that question. So
yeah, even if I did have to answer that question.
Let's move
on. We are relaxed. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm having a hard time keeping my head in my job until I can quit in 9 months. Hey, I know. Because I spent a year at my job with the plan already in my head.
You're going to be counting down. You're like, I'm just so ready. I'm so ready. It's going to be so hard because it was hard for me to concentrate. I had already exited before I exited the job. My mind and everything was like
mentally
gone.
Out.
I was checked out
for a year.
Was it a year?
I don't know. I was playing.
No. It was actually less than that, but I knew we were
Yeah.
leaving. But when I actually found out that we had our visa, I was checked out.
Yeah. From the time that let me say that from the time that I introduced the idea to her and then we agreed to it, it was like 13 months later that we were gone.
Yeah.
A single guy can live on like $1,000 a month, and I'm. It depending on where you live. Let me say.
Stop. A single, you can live
Yeah.
off of $2,000 a month.
Absolutely.
That is possible.
Just know that like there's different places that are going to cost you more or less depending on it depends on where you want to live.
And yeah.
If you want to spend $250 on rent versus $1,500 on rent, that's on you. It just depends on what you want. Hurricanes. Love your show. Saw you guys at the airport last year in August in Guayaquil. I thought it would be too awkward to say what's up. It ain't too awkward, man. It ain't. Trust me. People speak to me all the time, and it doesn't bother me. It surprises me, honestly.
And thank you for watching our YouTube channel.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We do want to visit Peru, but they got some stuff going on. My fingers. They got some stuff going on right now. But we'll get there. We were planning on like getting to Peru fairly soon, but
well, he said don't go to Colombia. Laughing out loud. Your husband's going to be looking. He don't want two black eyes.
I'm not even going to look at that question. That comment. Appreciate you, Buck. There's some good shades. Did you ship some items from the States, or did you need to buy a bunch of stuff here?
No, we didn't ship any items from the state. When you're looking at containers, you can get some people get a whole container, some people
get
buy
a partial container. Yeah.
We didn't have anything really big that we wanted to bring because we didn't know for sure where we were going to be staying.
And we sold everything.
Yeah, that was the whole goal.
Yeah, and everything else that we didn't went to the kids. So, yeah. There was nothing for us to bring.
No, not really.
We couldn't fit it in a bag. We weren't bringing it.
And where we are now is fully furnished. We don't really. The only thing we kind of bought was like a desk so he could put a computer on, but not much because everything we needed was here, and it was very convenient.
Bought one TV,
and we don't need a lot of stuff anyway because. You may be in a place short term, you may be in a place long term.
We don't want to move that stuff around.
Yeah. You got to find a mover and move your stuff. So the less you have, the more convenient.
Part of our lifestyle is being lazy. So.
Lazy.
Yeah. I'm too lazy. I'm not moving stuff.
See, okay. He's saying he's lazy and I'm not lazy.
I'm not moving stuff. I'm not doing Yeah, we bought a little oven, but we didn't need a lot.
We bought a lot of the stuff we bought here.
Yeah, you can buy anything that you actually need, you can get here. It's those things that you might want that you have to get somewhere else. Yeah. But everything we need has been here. We haven't had to really go out of the country to get anything.
After you quit, how much money did you put aside to take with you to go to Ecuador? And also, how are you sustaining yourselves financially now that you are there?
Well, sustaining ourselves, like I said, I get the pension visa. So it's just, steady income, honestly. And you don't need much to live here as long as you are aware that, imagine someone in the States that's living on Social Security or something like that. They know they have a limited budget, so they just don't spend more than that. And that's pretty much what we do as far as, saving money before we left. We had been planning.
I'm a planner.
She's a planner anyway.
Yeah, so I plan for her.
She's a squirrel anyway. So
you getting side eye right now, you know that. Okay.
So as far as saving, we knew what the plan was. So we just made every effort to do everything we needed to do, like selling all our stuff, vehicles and all that. So yeah, as far as saving, it depends on what you're planning. If your plan is 3 years, then you got 3 years to save. Our plan wasn't. We didn't look that far ahead. We were ready to go. Working on professional visa while in the States, and then going to Bahia. Hope to bring my dog, but that is also a process.
Yes.
We're bringing a container. All right. good. If you're bringing a container, more power to you. But the dog issue, just
Make sure you got everything.
Yeah, you have to have everything absolutely perfect, and depends on the size of the dog, and if the dog's have to fly under the plane, and how the weather is, if it's too hot or too cold. Like,
it's a lot, but hopefully your experience will be better than ours.
Yeah,
and hopefully you're able to get your dogs in. You have all the paperwork and just have all your paperwork and the vaccines and what is it, the USDA
the
vet,
certificate,
all of that. Yeah. Just have that in order.
We went through a very bad process with that. We did everything and we ended up having to leave our dog anyway. So yeah, just make sure you got everything taken care
of. Do you plan on buying a car? No, not at the moment.
No, there's no need.
We can get around in a taxi. We actually have taken the city bus.
Yeah, we started taking the bus.
So everything isn't far. It's like within 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, we're good. We don't really need a car.
Yeah. And we'd also, as sometimes it feels like, yeah, it would be kind of nice to have a car every once in a while when you just want to like hop and go do something. But when you think about it, like, we really don't need one where we are.
No. We'll just be going somewhere. Just be going.
Just be going. Yeah.
And, yeah.
Quitting my job, moving. I'm reading it. Quitting my job and moving to Cuenca, Ecuador, August. It's hard to bite. Yeah, 2023. It's hard to bite my tongue and be motivated at work. I work for the federal government. Hey, look, Canes. Man, listen. My job is for the city government, and my personality, like I do my job up until the last day. I don't complain. I don't change. That's all I can tell you is be yourself. Be whoever you were before you made the plan.
Look at the bigger picture.
Right.
Where you're trying to go.
Because something you never know what might change between now and then. And you don't want to burn any bridges between now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that, like, if for whatever reason, push came to shove, I could go back to my old place of employment. Maybe not in the same position, but I could go back if I had to. Not. But I'm just saying, be aware of that and just be the same person you were before you made the plan. Up until the day that you need to put that notice in and that you actually walk out. I'm telling you, it'll be worth it in the long run, man. Alpaca. Wait, what was your sweater that you had made?
It was alpaca.
It was alpaca. Okay. I guess, but just I haven't seen any in here in Salinas. In the mountains, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the mountains. Like in what did we go?
It was Otavalo and Cotacachi near Quito.
Mendo,
yeah.
Mendo.
I would
in those
assume
areas,
so.
you would just have. We haven't been into any of those regions. So.
Yeah, I mean we've been there. We don't know if you can just go and buy like.
I'm sure there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but
yeah.
That alpaca wool is like kind of expensive, so I don't know if it's got laying around to buy. They might be weaving it all into sweaters and tapestries.
Possibly.
And stuff. So now it's a good question. I might have to find out.
I know they don't have any here.
Yeah,
because I bought yarn, but I haven't seen any here.
It's hard to buy anything warm here in Salinas. Like, think about it. Think about what I'm saying. Yeah.
No.
A sweater, forget it. You don't really need it, but yeah, forget it. How did you decide on Salinas? There's a couple reasons behind that. You want to go over it?
Well, mainly the weather, and proximity of supermarkets, the Mercado. We're near a mall, and
we had a friend here.
Yeah, friend here, and it was more convenient.
Yeah,
it's very convenient.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours from the
airport.
And like I said, the friend here, that just made it easier to transition. Honestly, you have somebody to call on for help, or if you have any questions, there's someone nearby, literally a few blocks from us, that can help us out. So that was just a big
that was a big
bonus.
Plus.
And I would just say that if you're planning on moving to Ecuador, or even any other country, if you know someone there,
Have them take you around.
Right. Have them take you. That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what Stephanie did for us. Took us
She
around.
did not take us in any tourist area. It was always,
where the people were.
Yeah. And that was great. And just B was saying, find a vet that knows international certification, shots required, timing. I found young and not
too long out of university. Totally understood.
Yeah.
Make sure, because I think when we were dealing with the vets, one didn't know was wrong
just
about something, and
just make sure you have everything, and if you have questions, whoever your facilitator is, ask those questions and how about your pet, and make sure you have everything you need.
Yeah. And you can find all the certified vets on the government website, whatever it was. All the USDA certified vets are online. So you can find the ones that are in your area and then start calling those places. Like, there's no point in calling a place that doesn't even do it.
And some people say they are, and then you need to call them and they say they no longer do it.
Right, and then some only do it, are only certified for like livestock or whatever, but not dogs or something like that. It's a pain. There's fireworks going off here. I don't know if you can hear. Last night was crazy.
Last night was wonderful.
It was crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, but it was crazy. Where we live, we don't usually have to like close the windows and sliding glass doors or whatever. But last night, they were all shut.
It was an experience, and I appreciate everything that I saw. It was people coming together, celebrating, and they were just friendly. If they are drinking something, they want to share it, they're gonna share it with you. And you can politely decline. But most people were just partaking and enjoying themselves. And
when I say it was crazy, it was just like, it was packed. And that's what I mean by
it looked like Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, like it was packed out on the Malecon here where we live. It was absolutely jam-packed. And everybody's just having a ball. It was wonderful. There was no craziness going on.
No violence, no ill intentions.
It was just a bunch of people having a good time celebrating the new year. And it was awesome.
And it's been a long time since we've seen those type of interactions.
Yeah. I got to burn a Superman, I forgot what the name of it is. I'm going to have to put it, when I repost this video, I'll put the name of the figures they burn here in Ecuador. Effigy is like, that's
effigy.
Yeah, but it's a different name. It's a different name.
I know you said Minote.
I can't, I don't want to say it.
Okay,
sorry.
I don't
know how to say it.
We don't know.
But
you just burned this
I burned the Superman.
Look like a paper mache figurine.
But it's a big thing here in Ecuador, and they really go all out on these figures. Like, some of them are 12 feet tall. 3 or 4 people got to carry them.
Incredible Hulk.
Like
we saw
Goku and
Hellboy.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
I mean, they're amazing. They're really good. Graphics or
they're really just
artistic.
Really great art. Just Predator. Like, there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I got some videos.
Last night was good.
Bonfires all over there at Malecon. It was pretty cool. It's Ecuador experiencing inflation too.
Not really.
On our end, I can't say that they are. So remember that we don't drive, so we're not paying for gas. I don't know what the price of gas is, and we pass gas stations all the time. I know that we're not paying $5, almost $6 for a dozen eggs. I know that.
Oh no.
We get 30 for $5.
No, $4.
Yeah. See, I was just being.
He doesn't buy anything.
I do.
He doesn't look at prices.
I pick them up and I put them in the cart.
Exactly.
Anyway, so
we don't know.
We don't know.
It seems to been the same since we've been here.
Yeah.
So
we're not paying any more for anything since we've been here. So if anyone here happens to be in Ecuador and yeah, just go ahead and chime in. Was Mante helpful and responsive?
I can't speak on that because
I was doing most of the communicating, and I was communicating mostly with Estefania and Mante. So
he was going back and forth.
I was going back and forth between both of them, and for the most part, yes. Sometimes I had to like ask, like, hey, what's going on? They update me, but for the most part, yes. But it's not coming from our culture in the United States of like immediate response.
It's different here.
It's different.
And so, you just have to be patient.
Yeah, and I'm a patient person anyway.
That's why he was.
That's why I was doing it. Because if she was doing it, it would have been like a whole nother problem. Yeah. So yeah, for the most part, yes. Because I will say this: they did everything they were supposed to do. Let's see. You leave the window open at night. Is your stuff covered with salt air in the morning? Her is not good for electronics. So. The salt air does affect a lot of things, but it's really not that bad.
I think over time.
Yeah, over time, yeah.
Over time.
But it hasn't been bad for us. It just makes sense to leave
other
than most of the time.
Other than this fan we have that has...
Oh, gosh, yeah.
It's taken up.
Fan, yeah, this
We're
fan.
not even going to talk about the name brand.
No, I wasn't.
We're just going to say it has rusted.
I wasn't talking about the name brand. I might throw it up there.
I don't know if it's just a particular type of material that's on this fan, but everything else here has been fine. It's just that fan.
We bought this fan. We moved here in May, and this thing looks like it's 20 years old. It's crazy. This fan looks crazy. So I don't know what kind of like pig iron they made this fan out of. It just rusts like that. So let me talk about something real quick. Difficulties. Have you run into any difficulties? Other than, I think language is really the only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, only
Let
difficulties
me just say
we run
this.
into.
I think I be saying it correctly, but I be saying it wrong. That's all I got to say. I be trying, but it's definitely wrong. It sounds terrible because I record myself when it's terrible. I sound terrible.
Yeah.
I'm the real. What do you call what is it? Spanglish?
It's not Spanglish.
Well,
it's mostly English.
Horrible accent, just terrible. But
yeah, that's really like our biggest difficulty about living here. It's just the language, but honestly, it's not that hard to get by. Of course, it's easier if you just speak the language fluently. Of course, but it's not hard to get by. Seriously.
And a lot of the Ecuadorians are really friendly, and they try to help you, and they try to understand. A lot of time we pass phones back and forth trying to understand one another.
We've had random people just start helping me translate. Random Ecuadorians that speak English, and they'll just come over and start helping me translate. Randomly. Even sometimes the ones that don't speak English, they'll come out, they'll bring their phone out, put translate on, and put it to my face, and they're really nice.
Yeah.
So you don't really have to worry about that too much, but
the experience has been great.
Yeah, that was our biggest difficulty. Peru's good for couples too. Has tranquility vibe to it. Yes, I had seen is it Andean Explorer train that goes through Peru. Other than the fact that it goes up like 14,000 feet, like I really want to do it. I don't know, maybe one day, but I don't know if
I don't know if I can handle it. So
it might layer down. So we'll have to see about that.
I was struggling in keto.
Yeah, and Cuenca a little bit. Yeah. Maybe that was medical in Ecuador to get health insurance with their visa. So.
Yes, you do have to have insurance if you decide to get a cedula.
Yeah.
You have to have private insurance. Medical.
Well, you don't need it with the visa. Like so.
No, not with
specifically
the
with the visa.
visa.
You don't. But if you want to get a cedula, you have to get insurance. Go ahead.
Have you dealt with medical in Ecuador? Yes, he just saw
like a general practitioner doctor.
A general practitioner, optometrist.
That's on optometrist. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been to the dentist. Just regular doctor. I mean, It's easier. Let me just say,
Yeah.
it's much easier to get in contact with the doctor here than it is in the U.S. You have WhatsApp. That's the way we communicate, mainly with a lot of people, especially the physicians. You get a number, you send them a text, and tell them what's going on. They'll either say come in that day or the next day, give you the price, and you go in. And that's it. And some doctors will call you to check on you.
Yeah. The doctor I saw, he called me today.
And some do house calls.
Yeah.
You don't have that anymore in the States, but they will do house calls. So
just one note on that, like you were saying, how just easy. That is kind of the best thing about it, is that it's so easy in the U.S. So I wear like glasses or contacts most of the time. And in the States, I had to make an appointment. I could never get an appointment like the same week. It was always like a couple weeks out or whatever. I just want to get my eyes checked and get new contacts. I literally walked into an optometrist. No appointment. I just walked in and said, hey, I want to get an exam for contacts. And the doctor came out. I had to wait 5 minutes. The doctor came out, took me in the back, did my exam in like less than 10 minutes, and gave me a box of contacts and sent me on my way. I think I was there a total of 20 minutes. You can't, like, it's just awesome. And I paid less than I would have paid in the States for those contacts. So medical here is pretty decent, and it's really efficient. I just want to say from experience that Ecuador's medical is not expensive. Last year in July, I caught COVID and stayed in hospital for 7 nights because I needed breathing assistance. It was cheap. Yes, Ecuador does have very, very affordable health care. There's really nothing else to say about that. It's just good and affordable. People everywhere kind of just want the same thing, to either be left alone or to chill and just make some money and eat good food. Ecuadorians are no different. That's what they love to do here. They like to chill, eat good food, and just kind of be friendly to people.
And relax.
And just relax.
And spend time with their families.
Yeah. They're really big on like spending time with their family. You'll see it everywhere. So you'll see a whole family on the beach, from the grandparents down to like the great grandchildren, and they're always together having a good time. And we kind of love just watching that. But that's definitely one thing we learned here in 2022. Life, people are pretty much the same all over. They just want the same thing. In the U.S., we've gotten so like caught up with so many other things that I think we kind of lose sight of that. Even went to Bali. The people in Bali were a lot like the people here in Ecuador. Hey, y'all, it's the dude I went to school with. What's up, Micah? Happy New Year. Glad to see y'all, man, doing well as well. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it.
And if you have any other questions before we wrap it up, please share them in the comments.
Yep. Oh, you meant for dogs. I'm sorry. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I think you... I think there were...
Yeah, you had to get parasite.
Yeah.
I thought you meant for us. I'm sorry. Debating between moving Salinas, Cuenca, or Manta. Fell in love with Cuenca at first sight. Hope I can visit Salinas and Manta one day. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. There's nothing wrong with Cuenca. It just wasn't right for us.
It was just the altitude.
Yeah.
And it's colder. We were looking for, like, at certain times of the weather season in Cuenca, we were just looking for more.
We want a year-round warm shorts weather.
Yeah, but when you move, or if you're in Cuenca, visit Salinas, visit Manta. It doesn't hurt to go spend a couple of days or a week or so in another region or province. Just to get to know the country. Just seeing the country is very beautiful. Yeah. We definitely enjoyed seeing Quito and
Quito's awesome. Quito's really nice.
Really nice. It really is. I just wish I could deal with the altitude, but I can't.
Yeah. So hey, wherever you land, when you make your move, hit us up, and hey, we can meet in the middle if we have to. So we're about to wrap it up, y'all. So any last? We'll see. Let me know, Peter, if you mean Loja.
Kay lives in Williamsburg, Virginia. Oh, he's current. No, he currently
currently
lives
in
in.
Williamsburg. Okay,
Oh.
we're only like 10 minutes from us.
Well, were.
Yeah,
Not.
were. Yeah, we were in Newport News, so. So once again, everyone. Oh, Loja, yes. No, I do want to visit Loja though. That's something we've talked about. If for those real quick, those who don't know the way the roads are in Ecuador, a lot of times there may only be one road to get somewhere from one other place, and if it happens to be like a landslide or anything like that, you're not getting there. So when we make a trip to Loja, we're gonna have to plan it out to make sure that we're there and the roads get closed. We don't have to worry about coming back and all this other stuff. But Loja and Bocabamba are definitely two places that we want to visit. So we will be visiting those probably this year at some point.
B said it takes 30 days to adjust to the altitude. I don't have 30 days.
Yeah, we ain't got 30 days messing around with.
No. On that third day, it's a wrap. If I'm not getting better, no.
He's a Lola neighbor lady. Yeah, 30 days. Yeah, that's too long. Risen from Los Angeles, moved to VA. Station 4 used. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Stupid autocorrect. Yeah. So anyway, y'all, it's been almost an hour.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing me a little bit of extra joy today because my Eagles lost. I'm not in a good mood about that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's all right because I didn't say anything. Also, to our friends Rudy and Jeffrina, invite us over for a New Year's Day soul food dinner.
Oh,
that
it's
really
amazing.
Just brought us back home. Hey, we had ribs and greens and
everything that
cornbread
we missed.
and black eyed peas, y'all. Yeah. I brought a plate with me, so yeah, go ahead and get some more of that.
Happy New Year, Rob.
Happy New Year. So everyone, have a wonderful 2023.
Yes.
And we will be back very soon with some content. I'll have some footage of the festivities from last night. And, we got some new stuff coming. So please stay tuned, y'all. And thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for a great year.
Bye.
Bye.